Hey everybody, ramsandelitefitness.com, ramsandelitefitness.com. I want to give some insight into some of the exercise programming that we do. This is from our physical location, located in Wexford, PA, where we focus and concentrate more so on the athlete, but we do see the general population at this facility as well. This is going to be an example of how to train for power and speed in an athlete. Okay, it's going to look quite different. It's going to look quite different than what you're used to seeing, and the reason is right now a lot of experts or personal trainers are recommending things like cone drills, ladder drills, and hurdles, and things. They're trying to equate fast feet with actual performance speed, and those two things are very, very different. And I want to show you how we go about actually training athletes to increase their top end speed. So this is going to be any sport where you're having to sprint or run. If you want to move faster, this is how to properly train it. Fast feet is good for some aspects of a sport. It's very, very sport specific. If you're a wide receiver, you want good feet to get in and out of breaks, some misdirection stuff. But at the end of the day, if you're gonna run a fade on somebody or a post or a slant, you got to be quick, or else you might make the guy stumble for half a second, and he can recover if you're slow. So this is how you train actual top end athlete speed. So we're gonna go ahead and at first we're just gonna play the video. This is gonna be a medicine ball slam into a box jump. And the thing I want you to notice is the power output, the effort that is put into this exercise. This is something that is performed at 100%. 100%. Okay, here we go. Good. So now we're going to go back in slow motion, and I want to break down a couple things, okay? Each part is of itself. If this athlete is rushing to get into the box jump, the slam ball is going to suck and become pretty much useless. If he's so worried about the slam ball that there is not a transition into the box jump done in an effective manner, then again, we might as well just do these separate. What we're training here is the athlete to feel his body, to generate power, and to learn that it's a full body movement. Power is a full body thing. It's not just in your arms. It's not just only in your legs, not just your core. People talk about that all the time, right? Oh, the power comes from your core, or power comes from your legs. I contest that it comes from the entire body. You need it all. So if you watch him now, we're going to go a little bit in slow motion so you can see the effort. As he, look at this here, just loads up. It actually comes all the way under his tiptoes. Does a great job of extending this ball over his head. That power essentially is coming up from his feet. All right, the beginning of this movement, this is starting here, and it's driving upwards as he picked up. And now this thing is all the way at the top, and now we're going to send it right back down into the ground. Okay? As you see here, he throws this with force. And I want you to notice two things right now. Number one is the force. This was not a half effort slam. This is a heavy medicine ball, I believe 20 pounds. Throwing it into the ground as hard as you can as if the ground is made out of glass and you want to shatter it. Full body. And now the transition begins. Okay, it's very, very important to teach transition on a multi-move power movement, and we've done so here with Brennan. And now you see, as he's finished his slam, he's in proper position to go right into the box jump. Okay, the one point that we've look at the ball bouncing off of the ground, and this is full of sand, 20 pounds of sand, and there was enough force for it to jump back off of the ground, as we see here, space between the ball and the ground, right? Brennan could do a smidge better job of getting those hips down a little bit. I'd like to see more load action on the hips and the quads instead of the back toting as forward. We'd like to be a little more upright on the hip hinging aspect of it. But the concept remains the same. His arms are back. He's loaded. These arms came down through the slam and now went this way. And again, just like we did on the top end of that medicine ball slam, we're now going to do a pivot, and it's going to come this way. All right, you're going to see it release back out through his jump. Brings that power forward. Does a nice job of box jumping. And look, here's the thing that we want to teach as well. super important about the box jump. What the height of the actual box makes hardly any difference. I know it's cool. Look, I get it. I know it's cool to be the guy on Twitter and Vine back in the day where you could jump 4 boxes and 6 boxes and oh my gosh, what a great jump, and almost stumble off. I get it. It looks cool. But from a practical standpoint, Brendan's going to jump this height every time. It doesn't matter if the top of the box is here. Brendan's going to jump this high every time on our box jumps the way that we teach it. We are max jumping regardless of height. Literally regardless of height. And actually, a lot of times when people are performing these box jumps, they may jump from this position, right? Here's their head, here's their knees, here's their butt, right? They jump from this position, but they land like this. All right, their butt's hanging off, their knees are barely on. They land super scrunched, okay? They land super scrunched. That's not really a true vertical, right? In order to get the true vertical, you have to land the same way you take off. You can't take off because this is just really hip flexibility now. Okay, if he doesn't land in the position that he's going to land here, but again, you watch Brennan lands nice and soft, and of course we have the chair to step off instead of jump off. So that is just one exercise that we teach, and I hope that's giving you some insights into how maybe you can adjust your programming. If you're a fitness professional or if you are training on your own, how to really incorporate some aspects of power instead of doing things like footwork, which is not going to make you, it's not going to give you a faster 40 necessarily. This being powerful, being explosive, being able to drive your foot off of the ground and gallop like an Olympic sprinter is how you increase your velocity. So Brennan would perform this exercise. He'd slowly step down the chair, step back down the ground, walk back to the ball and repeat for about 3 to 5 repetitions because each one's got to be 100%, 90, 95%. If we did this 20 times in a row, his 17th row is going to be 30% of his max output. And it's no longer training power. We transition into conditioning, which is not going to necessarily benefit him on the velocity, top end, speed end, which is what we were training here. So we hope you guys find this useful. The rest of our videos, content, articles, and podcasts can be found on ramsandelitefitness.com, ramsandelitefitness.com. Go ahead and click the latest research tab at the top, and you can filter by category on the sidebar menu. Thank you for watching.